What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome to Tekken 5 DR, an amazing Tekken game that was released in 2007, I think, maybe 2008 on consoles, I don't quite remember, but fantastic game. It was quite ahead of its time with the balancing, much more balanced than Tekken 5. But did it have its issues? Yes, and that's why I'm here to talk about it. I was gonna do Tekken 6, but then a couple of people said, please do DR, and yeah, let's do DR. It's a great game, it's worthy of some praise and attention, but rest assured I am gonna talk about Tekken 6. But yeah, let's focus on Tekken 5 DR for a while. And right now, on Devil Jin, who was an overpowered piece of shit in this game, he was already very strong in Tekken 5, but he was like top 6. In this game, he took the crown from Steve. Boom! Easily. They only buffed him. He was already really good in Tekken 5. They only buffed him. Steve got a huge nerf. Lots of nerfs. Millions of nerfs. But he was still very strong in DR. And that tells you, a testament how strong he was in Tekken 5. But they nerfed all of these broken characters in Tekken 5, but they buffed the Mishimas. Mishimas are top 3 in Tekken 5 DR, all of them. But Heihachi and Devil Jin, as usual, were stronger than Kazuya, but Devil Jin was really something else in this game. Loved by the Koreans, they would play no one else. Heihachi was the character everyone played in Japan. It showed the different tastes in characters. But okay, let me get into why Devil Jin was such a beast in this game. And as always, it always starts with the damage. And I told you in Tekken 5, his 50-50 while standing 2 and Hell Sweep were crazy. They did obscene amounts of damage. While standing 2 is still 14 frames here in DR. But what they changed was his combo. And I showed you in Tekken 5 at 4-4-3-1, down forward 1-2, Hell Sweep could combo, but it was very inconsistent. They made it super consistent in DR. Down forward 1-2 would always connect, and that Hell Sweep I did after down forward 1-2 dash, completely guaranteed. This was all guaranteed, and it did huge amounts of damage. So his damage went up. The great players would staple this combo for crazy damage. So Devil Jin's damage went up. His 50-50 in this game, the craziest 50-50 ever. Just insanely good. So we've covered the damage, and then I want to talk a little bit about what happened to his mids. You remember in Tekken 5 he had back 1 into crouch dash. They slowed that down quite a bit. So this was a nerf. He could still do for pressure on guard this, which was still very serviceable, but this was a nerf. But did he get any buffs mid-wise? This was the first game where he got up forward 4. And while it did not guarantee back 4 like it does in Tekken 7, it guaranteed down back 2. For good damage. If he tried to stand, he got some disgusting Okiseme, of course. You could do some, sorry about that. Yeah, you could do pretty disgusting stuff here. And it was still safe at -7. It was also here a pretty inconsistent low crush, like it is today, but a fantastic mid. And this was also the introduction of, oh god, I failed my electric, and you get down for 2. In Tekken 5, he had this useless attack. This one. This was his down for 2 in Tekken 5, and it's pretty useless unless you get a back-turned hit, then it's pretty okay. So in that, now he got this down for 2, which is, wow. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna turn on counter it, which of course gives you a launch on counter it. So it's a really valuable and great tool. And of course the laser cannon was still stupid strong. All the hits are safe. They stun quite a bit there, as you can see on block. So laser cannon is incredibly good. Down forward 1-2 also incredibly good. You recognize that string. And now, very interesting with the lows is that Hell Sweep needs no introduction. I showed you guys the combo. He got down back 2. This was the game that introduced down back 2, but it's very different in this game. It is 0 on hit, so they actually recover just as fast as you do. On counter it actually knocked down, and you would get a guaranteed follow-up. I think you could do, well, not that. You would get a guaranteed follow-up. They're grounded for quite a while. And you might think this, okay, 0 on hit is pretty shit considering it's what, +6 in Tekken 7 or +5. But it knocks down on counter hit, that's pretty good. Yup, but actually on block, it's -17. So this was not used a lot. It still crushed quite well, you see how he ducks down. As always, it would crush highs and a few mids, very few mids. But it was -17 on block, so that's just like Heihachi's down back 2, so you know, you take a huge risk. So people wouldn't really use that. But then he had another low, down 3, and he had this in Tekken 5, but it wasn't really a huge deal in Tekken 5, because it would only do 5 damage. So they buffed this to 12 damage. And this is not a launch punishable low, even though it is punishable, but it's not launch punishable. So this was a huge deal for Devil Jin. So finally he got a good long range, you can see the range there. He got a good long range low poke, that's not launch punishable. So you didn't always have to hell sweep, you know, or do down 3 or down 4. So this was a big deal. This was a big deal. And this was in DR. But now I'm gonna really get into what made Devil Jin so goddamn stupid in this game. And you know, he's already quite the perfect character. He has the 2 throw, that's a 2 break. He has the 1 break. Stonehead is the 1+2 break. You know, he has great throws. But this was the first game where he got this. You recognize this, right? The laser throw. And what is this throw in Tekken 7, the game you're playing now? It's a 40 damage throw that looks cool. It's a typical 1+2 throw. It was very, very different in this game. And it was completely broken. All I've showed you so far is a very strong character. But this throw just throws him right up into the sky, the stratosphere of super broken piece of shit. Please nerf this now. So why is this throw so broken? I'm gonna start by explaining the damage. It does 40 damage, but then you actually get a free down back 2 there. Yes, there's nothing they can do. They are grounded that long after the throw. 40 damage, bam. And let me tell you, it was even worse when you ate this next to a wall. Look at the health bar. Yay, half-life! Yes, that's correct. If they had their back towards the wall, so this is the complete opposite of King's giant swing, where he throws you into the wall if he has his back towards the wall. But here, you would use it as wall pressure. Oh, I've pressured you towards the wall! You do the throw, and then you get the wall combo afterwards. For half-life, completely guaranteed. And, you know what? It didn't end there with the damage. No, the throw... So, just to give you an idea of the damage here, you saw next to the wall what it did, and out in the open, with the down back 2, you do realize this is more guaranteed damage than King's Giant Swing. Because King's Giant Swing, you can tech roll it. And it only does, what? 35 damage? 40 damage if you tech roll? This is more fully guaranteed damage. But the real problem with this throw is that it came out so fucking fast. Just like King's Giant Swing, it's a 10 frame throw animation. A normal throw animation is around 12 frames. This is the Stonehead, 12. This is the laser throw. Afterwards, you see how much faster it is? Stonehead, laser. So Stonehead, and now look, you can barely see his arms now. You see? He just grabs you. And the break window on this throw is super small. Super small. So this was completely impossible to break. Gave enormous damage. And it's like, as great as this character's fucking pressure is, you know, oh, laser cannon, you know, he has it all. Electric pressure. Did he need the best throw in the fucking game? He absolutely did not. And this throw, already in Tekken 6, it's the throw you know today. 40 damage, nothing special. But in this game, the throw was so over-dimensioned. It was so absurd. And yeah, this led to Devil Jin being probably the strongest Mishima of all time in this game. So just to recap, absurd damage with the new forward 3-1, down forward 1-2 hell sweep, which he would do after pretty much every launch, you know, even after the hell sweep. You know, super reliable. That was great. The introduction of up forward 4, a mid that needs no introduction to you. You know, it's just incredible. Down forward 2, oh, I fucked up my electric. Oh, I launched you anyway. Looks like I got a counter hit. And it's completely safe. Super good. Down 3, oh god, I got a decent low poke. That's not launch punishable. That's gonna help an already very complete character. And of course, it's not gonna help to... it's gonna help quite a lot to have the best throw in the game. That breaks windows. So, yeah. Strongest Mishima of all time, if you ask me. And a complete monster. And I'm so happy I don't have to play against this character anymore, because I remember how it was playing Kazuya in this game versus that. And it's like, it's... Oh, and Kazuya was strong and I was top 3. But it's just that... The difference between Kazuya, the top 3 character, you know, he has the 3rd place, but the distance between him and 1st place, Devil Jin, was like, ugh. So yeah, this was unfortunately not very balanced, but very fun character to play. Everyone played Devil Jin. But so, that was Tekken 5 DR Devil Jin. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a nice day.